guarded Kobe in the Garden, which I can't remember how much he had, but I knew I had multiple steals against him to where in the game, in my head, all I'm thinking of is when I have this conversation with my brother after the game, how I'm going to tell him how I stole a ball from Kobe, how I stripped Kobe before he was finna take a shot, how I drove by Kobe and got a dunk. Like, I'm thinking about all these things in my head. I'm like so geeked.
I had my few steals against him. I thought I was killing it.
I was having that out-of-body experience. Like,
yes, let me appreciate, this is amazing.
Right, we in the Garden, they going crazy. I got my player editions on. I just stole that thing from Kobe, like, you know what I mean? Linsanity was going on. I'm like,
Wait, was this the Friday night game in the Garden, the Linsanity game?
Remember. It might have been. Fourth quarter started. And Kobe said, you had a great game.
You had a great game, young fella.
Oh, my God.
Said, yo, you had a great game, young fella. But I'm looking like, bro.
There's still another quarter.
I swear I looked at the clock like, but I'm looking like, nigga, it's 12 minutes. What you talking about? Like, what was that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't said nothing the whole game. I've been talking shit. I done stole the ball. I'm hyped as hell. It's Kobe Bryant. He ain't said not one word to me. Great game, young fella. You know, locked in. The man come down. You remember he came, shot fake, threw it off the glass, caught it, threw it to the corner. I'm like, bro, what you on? Like, bro, you been regular all game. Shot, get to the spot, shot fake, spin, pivot over here, spin back on the foot, drop it off the glass. I'm like, bro, what's going on? Then he pulled up from like 35 feet on some Steph Curry shit before Steph was doing that. He pulled up and laced it. I'm like, they called a timeout. Dan Tony looking at me. I'm like, bro, I'm like, bro, I guard everything, bro. Nah, bro, I guarded the first two moves. He ain't supposed to have a third counter like that. Like, bro, I stopped the first one, stopped the second one, bro. The third one wasn't on the film. Yeah, it wasn't on the film, bro. I don't know what that is.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I thought that was a travel. His feet shouldn't even be able to move. Like, one point he just dribbled up, you know, just picked a spot and just shot it dead in my face. Like, everything I was doing, I was just like, and I'm thinking in my head, damn, that whole like good game I thought I was having is just gone. I just beat the Kobe for another 2 years.
Oh, my God.
Well, you had the bird night.
I had the bird night. Yeah, that was a tough night, man. The biggest argument that night is, well, you only scored 6 on me.
But nobody was guarding Bird, were they?
Well, we were trying.
You were trying to.
Yeah, but when a guy is literally coming up the court, calling his shots, and, you know, Bird talked a lot of trash.
And that's in New Orleans.
That's in New Orleans.
You were playing the Hawks, and it was one of those times they were playing some home games down in New Orleans.
In New Orleans, I'll never forget that game. He was so hot, he started shooting threes with his left hand.
And it was in a neutral site, and I know that Larry was always telling the ball boys, hey, go find out the scoring record. As he was getting taped on the tape table, he would always say, hey, go find out the scoring record in this gym.
Going into that game, I thought there might be a ray of sunshine because one of the bellmen told me that he had heard that Larry and a couple of his teammates may have gotten in a little bit late the night before. So I was saying, hey, maybe Larry won't have a real good night.
Bird, the bomb. Bird, the fall away. Bird out of the left corner. The bomb is good.
To say that Larry had a hot hand is an understatement without question.
He was calling shots off the glass. Who's next? Where you want this one from? And he just made one after another. When he got to about the 55th point, you knew it was something special. Even as a player, and that usually doesn't happen, but we're down so much at the time, you had time to realize the game.
We're on the free throw line, and he's like, he literally says, left side, across the three, and you're listening to him. That's a tough feeling.
Yeah, that was the one game that I think he tortured Dominique. He saw Dominique, this up-and-coming player, and he just tortured him mentally. That game, he tortured all of them.
I mean, it was mind-blowing.
I think Bird went by the bench one time, too.
He fell in the bench.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, and he called that one. That was the one where he fell in it. He literally said, off the glass into the trainer. And, yeah, and so it was a bad night.
It was going to be a 3, and it was going to be awful beats. And then he said, who wants it? And I think Ricky Brown, I'm not for sure who it was, ran out after him. And he shot this high rainbow. It goes in. Ricky bumps into him and accidentally knocks him on our trainer's lap. So it was exactly what he said.
Antoine Carr and Cliff Levingston got fined by Fratello, I think.
And Eddie Johnson for
celebrating Bird.
Yeah, it was the best film session. Every time when I see Mike, we still laugh.
God,
it was
so
it was the greatest film session ever, because back then you didn't have, you watched the real game and just went, with a video. And Mike rewound the celebration 20 times. He just kept not the shot. He just kept rewinding it, showing the guys. You remember they're giving each other a high five.
And then somebody falls off the bench.
Yeah,
too.
that was Eddie Johnson.
Yeah.
Eddie Johnson falls off the bench in laughter.
I mean, everybody was entertained by this. Even
That's one
the guys
five.
on the guys on the Atlanta bench.
They got fined for that, I heard.
Yeah. Watch the reactions on the Atlanta bench. You see Scotty Hastings put them.
Laughing. Yeah, when you get
now watch Cliff Levingston over here. I think this is Cliff.
And our film session was 20 minutes of that.
Larry, put on a show that night, and I mean, just to get the whole Atlanta bench going crazy on some of the shots that he was making down the stretch is a pretty good indication. I'm not sure I've ever seen that before.
And we never shook hands for 13 years.
Give me your best Michael Jordan story.
Michael Jordan story. You guys remember Anthony Peeler?
Yes.
Okay, so
out of Missouri, right?
Out of Missouri.
Yeah.
So we got the Chicago Bulls coming in town, and unfortunately, I got a sprained ankle. And so.
Did you say fortunately?
Unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, I enjoy guarding Mike because he was, the one thing I did with Mike is I never got him pissed off. He make a shot, you say, "Good shot, Mike." You don't talk trash to him so he can go off for 60. You try to kill him with kindness.
Yeah.
You don't try to talk trash to him. So they're getting off the bus. We're done with shoot around and we're walking out. And MJ says, "B. Scott, what's going on?" I said, "What's up, MJ?" He said, "Man, I hear that you're not playing tonight." I said, "No, I sprained my ankle." He said, "Who's guarding me?" I said, "Anthony Peeler." He said, "Oh, 50. So I told Anthony Peeler, "Listen, MJ, he's probably gonna go for about 50 tonight on you. So just don't piss him off. Just be cool." He ended up with 54. So the man could do basically whatever he wanted to do.
My rookie year, we were playing the Chicago Bulls, and this is Michael Jordan's third or fourth year in.
Okay.
And we were playing the next exhibition game in some obscure place. And most veterans do not like to play in exhibition games. They want to get to the real thing. I'm a wide-eyed, energetic rookie, and we're playing this exhibition game, and Michael's going through the motion. And Chuck Person, who's on my team, who's a trash talker as well, is like, "Can you believe Michael Jordan, the guy everyone's talking about, who's supposed to be able to walk on water, you're out here killing him, Reg." This is in the first half. He's like, "You should be talking to him." He's like, "You're right, Michael. Who do you think you are? The great Michael Jordan?" "That's right. There's a new kid on town, right?" Kind of looks at me and starts shaking his head. So at half, I have 10, and he has 4 points, right? I'm doing all this talking. He's like, "Okay." Into the game in the second half, he ended up with 44. And I ended up with 12. So he outscored me 40-2. And as he's walking off, he's like, "Be sure and be careful. You never talk to Black Jesus like that." Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Black Jesus. I'm so sorry.
Was there someone that you loved, you knew that the motherfucker could back it up, and he was going to talk it to you?
Believe it or not, y'all, Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan, shout out to Timmy. Tim Duncan,
Timmy.
People would not see him verbally saying stuff because he wasn't talking sentences.
Preach.
Timmy would hit you in phrases. Got you. Ooh, almost. This the worst right here. Nice try. Like subtle shit, no gangster shit, no real hardcore shit, just subtly to just back your ass up and put you back in like this over here. Like, and then what really pissed me off was when the trash talking wasn't affecting him. So now you spending all this energy trying to rile this up. You done forgot about your own game. You forgot about that they coming to you that you're supposed to. And then that's when I actually quit talking trash to Timmy because he wouldn't respond or he wasn't giving me the reaction I was getting. I can't really get hype off. This nigga ain't really giving me nothing. Look at now, start, doing a little, the shoulder shit and he won't react to that. Yeah. Next thing you know, Timmy got 20, 15, like I'm in here like, so then I started changing that, you know what I'm saying? And then it was natural too. Sometimes you went to it, two dogs meet in the middle and it be what it is. So,
I'll never forget this. We're playing in Tacoma. This is, I'm in the NBA, and I'm playing for Dallas. I'm a rookie playing against Gary, and so we always, looked at each other, always said hi. But once we got, after the tip ball, we were, going at one another. And I'll never forget, he's posting me up, and I pretty much kind of know what he likes to do. So he went into his move and I blocked it. And I told him, get that stuff out of here. But I didn't say stuff, and he looked back at me and that was a big mistake. He went on like a 15-0 personal run and then we ended up losing the game. So I went after the game and I said, hey, look, my bad. I had a mental block. I forgot who I was playing. I didn't mean to say that to you. He said, "Oh no, you woke me up, and that definitely helped me." But I said, "Don't worry about it. It'll never happen again."